Give me a second, guys. I'll get rid of that light. Not a big fan of that light. Not a big fan of this light at all. Oh, okay. Well, we are going to be talking about the axolotl. Hey, Marie. I think you're the only one in so far. Oh, hey, Carol. Tonight we are doing the axolotl. So hopefully, I hate the lights. And then I got whatever that is on my... Guys, I gotta switch glasses. Give me a second. This is not working. Oh, much better. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Emery. We're going to get started here in just a second. Good. I think that's a good thing, right? Daisy, thank you for subscribing. I don't know where you're at, but thank you for subscribing. We are going to be doing the axolotl today. I am in the process of sort of redoing the lives for this channel so that they're a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, outgoing. I need to get in. I also need to get into today's live because, oh, goodbye. Nice meeting you. Okay. There's going to be times when I need to type in the chat, so I have to have something open. So a little bit of background on this animal, just in case you don't know anything, or in case you know anything, and, well, I'm just going to help you out. So this is going to be really brief, but its scientific name, I'm going to post that in just a second. That is the scientific name. These guys are 20 to 30 centimeters or 10 to 12 inches. and they weigh around 300 grams or 8 ounces. Now, they are said to live in 2 lakes in Mexico. I'm going to post those lakes. There's actually 3, but one of them is actually an artificial man-made lake. We're going to post those. I'm going to post those lakes here in just a second. There we go. So the last lake is an artificial lake. And it also has channels that run around it, in it, whatever. Lake Chalco, that Lake Chalco, it no longer exists. Pretty sad. I don't know why it says I didn't get everything erased from the last one, apparently. Now, these animals do have an amazing healing ability. If they lose a limb, they can pretty much regrow it, which is pretty darn amazing. So if they lose a limb, it grows back. They lose a leg, it grows back. Now, unfortunately, they are critically endangered, and their population trend, unfortunately, is for further decrease. There are around 50 to 1,000 mature individuals. So basically, that means there are adults, and that's how many there are. Threats to this animal includes pollution, which puts these animals at risk. Another issue is these lakes drying up. Another issue is they have tested positive for the exact same fungus that has been killing frogs. But they seem resistant to it, so maybe that's a good thing. There's also a fungus that has been attacking salamanders, and again, they seem to be resistant to it. So again, another good thing. They're also potentially facing problems from the bacteria levels in the places that they call home. At one time, this species was being captured to feed the pet trade, which, by the way, is an international pet trade, not just within Mexico. At one time, people were eating it. Not sure how I feel about that. But it's assumed that that practice is now gone. There are 2 species of fish that have been introduced into those lakes as well, and they both compete with the axolotl for food and space, as well as feeding on the axolotl. The following zoos, if it means surviving, you'll eat almost anything. The following zoos display axolotls. Could not really find anything for the WAZA zoos. So for this one, we are sticking with just American zoos. Sorry. These following zoos display axolotls: Los Angeles Zoo, Columbus Zoo, Pittsburgh Zoo, and the Dallas Zoo, and maybe the Indianapolis Zoo. Other zoos include Zoo Miami, Lincoln Park Zoo, Lehigh Valley Zoo, Peoria Zoo, Philadelphia Zoo, Sacramento Zoo, and the San Francisco Zoo and Gardens. If you know of any other zoos that are housing these animals, let me know. What is being done to save this animal? So this animal, the government of Mexico is actually has protected them, as well as by CITES. Educational programs are happening. They teach people not just about the animals, but also about the lakes. Zoos are doing captive breeding. In fact, there is a species survival plan for the axolotl in place. At one of the lakes, there is a reintroduction program running, and it involves the breeding of the animals for possible reintroduction, releasing them into the canals and ponds at the release site, as well as tracking these animals. And they have set up areas around that lake to serve as sanctuaries. I did not clean this up very good after the last live. So ways you can help. Now, unfortunately, there's not a lot, but donate to causes that work towards restoring their habitats. If you live in Mexico, there are conservation programs that you can actually volunteer in. Be their voice. Educate not just yourself, but others. And keep the wild like it was when visiting the wild. Don't make a mess of it. So what needs to be done? A lot. We need to clean up the waterways that these animals live in. We need to continue to breed them. Continue the reintroductions that already have been done. And at this point, do y'all have questions, comments, whatever the case may be? My crazy hair. I need a haircut, methinks. Either that or my room is just, oh, nuts. Forget it. Any questions? Anybody? Is everybody gone? Yes, because a lot of the ones that are in the United States are bred in the United States for the purpose of the pet trade. They are not taking them from the wild. That would not be allowed. You could not legally go to Mexico, grab an axolotl and bring it across the border. You would be arrested, or fined, or both. So if you want one, you got to buy it here in the States. And I think you still can. Don't hold me to that, but I think you can. I don't know how much they sell for. I suppose they could, but the zoos are doing it. That I don't know. The zoos are better equipped, and these things breed pretty easily in captivity, so um yeah. In captivity, there's no problems with them breeding. If you're doing it right. So it's not a problem. And would they survive? I don't know. See, there's not a within the zoo community. There's a network to get them back into the wild. Within the pet trade, I don't think that network is around. So it would be a little bit harder for John Doe to release them back into the wild than if, say, Lincoln Park Zoo, who has connections, breeds 25 axolotls, and then there's a way to get them back into the wild. In some states, you cannot own an axolotl. California, Maine, New Jersey, Virginia, you cannot have axolotls. New Mexico, supposedly you can have them, but you can't move them outside of your state. So, do your research. As I always say, do your research. Yeah, I don't see that happening, unfortunately. I don't see that happening. The zoos, I don't know, I don't see it happening, but it could happen. See, though, sometimes in the pet trade, they do things like they breed for albinoism, or they breed for different colors. And so sometimes you're not getting the best genetics, maybe? By the way, the thumbnail for this live is actually AI. That is not an actual axolotl. Always during these lives. What's wrong? The pet trade and this, well, yeah, but it's about money. Money talks. It's like white tigers. White tigers should only be There are 30 different morphs. So 30 different colors or patterns, whatever, of a axolotl. Now, well, the Siberian tigers are one cat. Those are the Amur tigers. The big tigers. But yeah, the white tigers. Now I'm not talking albino, I'm talking leucistic. Those are bred. I mean, they do happen in the wild. White tigers should only happen about once in every 10,000 tiger births. Now, if I breed two white tigers together, I have a 25% chance of having another white tiger. So I think it increases your odds a little bit, but still, when you do breed them together, it causes issues with genetics. And so white tigers are not a really good bet. In fact, that is why a lot of AZA zoos do not house white tigers. There may be some, like if a white tiger is born within the zoo, they might keep it. But officially, you cannot breed for that purpose within the zoos. I don't even know if you can breed them. Like, they might be exhibit animals, but not capable of breeding. They might clip, clip, snip, snip. I don't know. They're an attract. In my mind, they serve the purpose of drawing an audience. Hello, Midge. How are you? Anytime that you have an albino bird, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Anytime that you have an albino, you got to stop and think. An albino, a leucistic, a melanistic. It's a recessive trait. And if you breed for that trait, eventually you're going to run into problems. They do happen naturally, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that happening in the wild or in a zoo. It's when you cross the line and you start breeding that animal for that purpose, that's when it becomes no good. And we've talked about that before on the other channels, so... if it... A leucistic animal... So, let me get my friend off the shelf, and let me get something... Let me get 2 peeps off my shelf real quick. Okay. So this way I can talk about leucistic and albinoism. So this guy is white, right? This guy is sort of yellow-ish. This guy's leucistic. And you can tell he's leucistic and not albino because he has blue eyes. If he were a albino, his eyes would be pink. Now this is an albino Burmese python, and her eyes, or his eyes, whatever it is, his eyes are actually pink. Well, they look orange, but they're pink. So the one in my a pink axolotl with pink eyes is albino. I don't know how common it is for leucistic axolotls are white or light pink with dark eyes and bright pink gills. So axolotls are salamanders, just like tiger salamanders, mud puppies, hellbenders. The differences is they never grow up. I mean, they do grow up, but you know what I mean. You can see he's got light eye. He's got a pink body or a white body with dark eyes. Those are blue with bright pink gills. These are the gills. So yeah, he is probably leucistic. So you got to look at the eyes when it comes to leucistic animals, because they tell you everything. Any other questions? I hope I answered that question. Any other questions? We have been talking about axolotls tonight, and we just got done talking about leucistic. And in case you're wondering, being leucistic or melanistic or albino can happen in any animal. They do. And they can vary from the giant salamanders to these axolotls to the hellbenders here in the United States to tiger salamanders or redback salamanders. All different types of salamanders. I had to switch glasses because the light was getting to me. Hello, whoever just came in. Guys, it is okay to chat. You can ask me questions, whatever the case may be. Daisy, are you still here? Whoops, I can't see chat. So, Carol, that video that you sent me, the consensus is that they are definitely coyotes. What is going on tomorrow? That's a very, very good question. I have no idea. I believe it is slow loris in the afternoon. I believe it is slow loris in the morning, or in the evening, or in the afternoon. Yes, yes. It is slow loris in the afternoon, and then in the evening it is I. And they're both learn to cares. So that is what is happening. If you don't already, I have 2 channels. One is this one where I do reviews and we talk about conservation heavily on this channel. I also, on the other channel, do a lot of other stuff. We talk about conservation. We talk about invertebrates. Yes. We are doing cactuses. We are looking at mistletoe cactus and saguaro cactus. It'll be, I think, the first time. No, not the first time. But I think it's the first time that cactuses have made it to my lives. Might also be the first, no, not the first time that we've had lemurs on live, but Yes, I think it's sweet. I don't know where both of them are. I know the saguaro is United States or North America. I don't know anything about this mistletoe cactus. So I'm going to learn. And you guys are going to learn right with me. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So you guys are welcome to chat. My end of the program ended some time ago. But if you have questions, if there's something that you think just needs to be talked about, good question. I don't know. Whoops. It could be either or. Cacti or cactuses. Cacti is more common. I am having issues on the other channel of coming up with material for the actual video itself. Not the scripts are written. I just have not figured out how to do the videos. Carol's is proving difficult. As are the others. So, yeah. Sometimes I can't figure it out. Yeah, the great-eared nightjar. Yeah. I have a picture of two of them. You're not being difficult. It has nothing to do with you. And you're not the only one who gave me a topic, and I have to figure out how to make the video. I can either do it all AI, or I can do part of it AI. In your case, I have an actual picture of the animal, but I need to do the other. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully have some more videos out this week. Otherwise, they will pop in around other videos. Tomorrow's going to be all about writing up lives, I think. And then making sure that my shorts for the next two channels are done too. Or for the both channels are done. Don't mind me. I'm just talking. So we had some nasty ice come in. We had a little storm Wednesday into today, which was obnoxious. Uh-oh. Why is it paused? There it goes. Anything else? Thoughts, questions, answers that are lingering in your head? We did here, we got a little bit. Enough to make it slick. Anyway, guys, if nobody has anything else, I'm done. I do need to figure something out, though. Carol, are you such that I can contact you after live? Okay, guys, we're gonna call it quits. I will see you in the next one, which will, for this channel, will be Thursday. Thank you for coming in. I will see everybody on the other channel tomorrow. Bye-bye.